What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Day Trade with Zay. I'm Isaac, and this is the trade breakdown for today, Monday, January 31st. We're capping off. I'm capping off. It was just a big step forward in my trading journey. Documenting everything. I think it helped me tremendously to be a part of the charts. Actually, to be on the charts and to be sharing it this way. I think it's cool. It just worked out the way that it needed to work out, but really grateful for this month of January and hoping to keep it pushing into February. But let's get into the trade for today. So today I went against the trend, something I try not to do, but I just went along with what I had been seeing for the previous week. And that's why I wanted to start off with the 15-minute chart here. And this is basically all of last week. So we had Monday here, took a sell here. Tuesday, took a sell here. Wednesday, took a sell here. Thursday, took some sells here, right? And then, where is it at? Friday, we took a sell here, and we took a sell here. I think we had some more positions up in here somewhere, though. But you could see that basically price had respected this support level, right? Didn't break through it necessarily. And then it respected this resistance level, right? It used these two IOCs as resistance levels, and price had just ranged all of last week, sat inside the range. So I knew that this week there was a good chance that price either broke down to the downside or broke up to the upside. And when I hopped on the charts today, I seen that, this morning, I seen that price had actually pushed up to the upside, right? And, I knew it had pushed up from Friday, but it continued to push up Sunday night. And then it respected the IOC that I had already had some respect shown 3 different times. So, this was the 3rd time, right? So my thinking was, let's just go ahead and do the basics. What I like to do is just see the higher highs and higher lows, or lower highs and lower lows, whatever it is. Let's go ahead and identify the market trend. So we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, respected the IOC, right? Fell out of the IOC, lower low. So this low is lower than this low. So there was a break of structure at this point right here. So going into this, I seen this and I knew that it was a strong level. So I thought that there was a chance, even though price had broken structure here, right? Broken the high here, broken the high here. So it's definitely a break of structure to the upside. I still thought there was a chance it could retrace down, maybe even to this level, and then push up to the upside. So being a scalper, I like to trade at open. I got my scalps ready. So let's go ahead and get down to the 5-minute chart. I believe this is like at 6:15 right here. Let me see here. So you can see there's a clear break of structure right here, right? Price broke below this low right there. As soon as it broke across it, now we're looking, right? So I drew out my fib from the top here, most recent high to the most recent low, and seeing that this 62% had been respected. Now I wanted to hop into the trade early, even though I knew what price was doing. So I hopped on about this time at 6:15, 6:12 or something like that. So let's go ahead and get down to the 1 minute. And I seen that price was respecting the 62%. Now it tempted me to want to jump in because I felt like maybe I'm missing out on the trade, right? But I knew that at New York Open you usually see a push up. If you're expecting a sell, you see a push up and then the push down. Or if you're expecting a buy, you see the push down and then the push up. So the good thing is that I was patient, right? I was patient, waiting for 6:30 to come. And you could see here, this is about 6:15. So we see price broke below, showing respect to this IOC. And as it's moving closer to 6:30, we see it breaking below. And I had drawn this out because I seen that there was some support, resistance, 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 support, 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 right? So I drew out this resistance to support level, supply and demand area, and I seen that. So right now we're looking at about 3 minutes, 4 minutes from open. And what does price do? It pushes up to the upside. So I entered my first position here, I believe. 85. It was like 85. It was 85 and 95. So I think these were a little off, but 85 and 95 is where I entered. And well, you've seen how fast that happened, right? So let me just give some insight. I entered the trade here, my first position here, and then I entered my second position up a little bit higher as I had this line drawn out on my MetaTrader 4. So I took the position, took my trade at that line there, my top position. So I had two positions entered, right? Both even, 0.04, 0.04. Now, one thing that I drew out and I had spotted on this trade was I drew out this line right before, because I think it was the 15-minute chart. The 15-minute chart showed us respect, right? Here's the 50 EMA. I use this a lot on my trades. You could see here that price had broken through it, but it also sat on top of it again. So I thought that there was a good chance that it can do that again. And that's exactly what it did, right? So let's go ahead and go back to the 1 minute. So after I entered this trade, I ain't gonna lie, I was thinking about pulling it just because it looked like it had a lot of momentum. And then quickly, boom, price reversed to the downside. Now at this point, this is where I actually took my profit because I seen that it was matching these lows on my bottom position. So I think I caught about 56 pips on the bottom position, closed that out, and then I automatically moved my stops to break even. Now I did this a little later just because usually I do it after 15-20 pips, but because this drop was so significant so fast, I didn't really have time, so I pulled a position, secured profits, and then moved my stop loss into break even or a few pips into it so we don't see any slippage. And let me just go ahead and show you exactly what happened after. I thought that with this candle being so strong down to the downside, I was very confident that price was going to break down at least to here. And so I could get at least 100 pips out of the second position. But you could see price actually reversed pretty quickly. So it broke through. I had full confidence that price was coming down even farther. And what did it do? Boom. Fully engulfed this candle right back out of the 15-minute 50 EMA. My only hope at this point was for price to respect this supply and demand area, respect the resistance to support, or the 50 EMA, and then come back down to the downside. But rather quickly, as fast as it came down, same thing, pushed right back up and even farther. So this actually stopped me out of the trade. I think I finished with like $18 on my second position, on my top position, and yeah. So one thing that happened was I thought that there was still a possibility. I didn't want to put any buys in, even though I knew that there was a good chance it would push up from here. I didn't want to put any buys in at this level just because I knew it was so strong before, including just a couple hours before in the morning, right? So what did I do? I waited a little bit. I seen that price showed respect, rejected that area again. I seen respect shown to this level again. And I think on this third candle is when I entered. No, the fourth candle. Or maybe it was. Yeah, I think this third candle is where I entered. Price came down, gave me a good fake out. Because you could see I entered. Price gave me a good fake out. I thought it was coming down. And you could see I actually kept my stop loss. After I entered the trade, I put my stop loss right above these pips. I think it was even shorter than 10 pips. It was about 9.3 pips. And put my stop loss right above those pips. I put in a small position just because I knew there was a chance, a better chance that it wouldn't go my way. So keeping it tight, I was able to, you could see this for yourself. Once I seen this candle, I knew that there was a good chance it was pushing back up. And then boom, pushed up to the upside, stopped me out of my position. And that was my trade. I didn't enter any more positions at this point. My buddy Ryan actually caught one. As soon as it broke these highs right here, I think he entered his position around here, and he was able to catch, 100 and something plus pips. But yeah, this was exactly how I entered my trade, how I managed my trade, why I managed my trade that way. And as you can see, the 15-minute chart really told us this, and I did see this on the 15-minute chart. I should have just listened. I was just pretty stubborn in my ways. Price eventually flew up and blew past everything, right? And from this 15-minute 50 EMA, let's see here. I think it got up to this level here, about 400 pips from that in about 8 hours or so, 4 hours. Something crazy. And you could see price just continued up, didn't really retrace at all, small retracements, right, sitting on top of this weekly what was resistance for the past week, made it support again, and then pushed up, broke through this resistance to support area, and you can see it showed a little bit of respect here, but eventually it just continued to push back up, and you would have caught 442 pips to the upside, which, that's an amazing trade. So it's something that I missed, something that I had to go ahead and look back on today. And, when you see it today, it does look a little bit clear. This was used as support so many times, or resistance so many times. You see how strong of a support level it turned into. Once it did that, that was kind of a sign that maybe well, you look to the left and you go to the past and you see the future, right? So you can see that price respected this area and pushed up to the upside. And, now it's pushing way above, and now we're looking for the markets to rebound a little bit. I think they are going to rebound, and we should see that for this week. We'll probably see a little bit of a retracement down. I'm thinking maybe to this level, and maybe we could catch a buy to the upside. But we'll see, because one thing that I did notice is this area here was respected, right? You could see it was respected here. I drew a trend line off of this, caught a trade off of this trend line, but mainly just the area. It was used as resistance a bunch of times, and now you could see that, oh, look at that. As I was creating this video, look at that. Price actually pushed up to the upside. So it's actually moving to this next ILC up here. And I think there's a good chance it can reject down from here. Where is it at? Oh, it's actually a bit higher. I think it could come up to this area right here and tank. And we could see it fall back down to these levels and then move up. But it's just a matter of time. Don't try to predict the market. Just go with the market, is what I always say. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. You can see how I, managed my risk, managed my trade, and was able to still come out profitable as a scalper. And you can see that was really just a 3-4 minute trade. So a lot of fast decision making right there. Kudos to myself on that one. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Go ahead and follow the Instagram page. You could go ahead and see a lot of my entries, some explanation on there as well. That's at Day Trade with Zay. And go ahead and subscribe, like, comment if you guys seen something that I didn't see, or you guys have a different way of, getting in your trades, managing them, or whatever it was. Go ahead and comment. I'm trying to learn as well. I'm hoping that you guys are able to learn from my mistakes, learn from my my growth here, and yeah, we just take it day by day. So we'll be on tomorrow. It's the first day of February. We went out with a bang on well, we didn't go out with a bang in January, but we did have a fire ass month of January. And I think that overall, when you have a trade that you go against the trend and you're still able to profit, that's always a good thing. So tune in tomorrow. We'll be on the live stream 6:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that's for the New York session. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you.